Look at the size of that thing right there. Man, I could almost be Rudolph's stunt double. It's crazy. Hey, my friends. You know, all right, so let's be real here for a second. You're in your 60s, like me. You got a wealth of wisdom. You've earned, from all your years, yet somehow your skin doesn't seem to be on the same page, right? You're thinking, well, I've dealt with pimples all through my teenage years, and I've earned my break from this nonsense by now. But wait a second. There it is. Pimple. Not on your face exactly, but maybe on your chin or your nose or your side. Like really, this again? It's crazy. Now I know what you're thinking. Who thought pimples were a teenage problem only? Well, it turns out acne doesn't follow any age limits, but don't worry. We're going to dig into why it happens and, spoiler alert, maybe how to handle it like maybe a seasoned expert that you are. So grab your coffee, sit back, let's talk. Pimples in your 60s? Come on, Mark. Well, hey, let's start with the skin aging science. I think it's important that, before we start, blaming maybe your grandkids for our pimple problems, let's get real. You've heard the saying, you're only as old as you feel, right? Well, wait a second. Your skin didn't get that memo. And as we age, I found out that our skin changes in ways you might not even notice. One of the first changes is what they call a decrease in oil production. Yep. Our skin doesn't get as oily as it used to, but guess what? These few oil glands that are still, working can, I guess you could say, could kick into overdrive. Sometimes our oil glands are like, hey, Mark, I still got it. I'm ready to party. That's when you get that extra oil mixed with dead skin, gross. The dead skin cells and maybe some bacteria. Pimples. Oh, joy. Well, what causes pimples at 60? This just doesn't make sense to me. But wait a second. I think there's a little bit more we need to go into. What about those hormonal changes that happens? Maybe they're to blame, right? In your 60s, you probably dealt with, women, menopause, menopause, whatever, which is like maybe a roller coaster of emotions, and the hormones that come with it can sort of wreak havoc on your skin, is what they're saying. I mean, at this point, you've been through, think about it, you've been through enough hormonal ups and downs to get maybe a PhD in it, right? But when your hormone levels are fluctuating, they say it can trigger this acne. It's like your skin's version of a midlife crisis, I guess. Suddenly deciding it wants to relive its rebellious teenage years. Anyways, oh, wait a sec, guys. We got to talk about stress and diet. I'm sure you've heard this before. Stress, they say, think about the things that cause stress. You got kids, you got grandkids, maybe even you got some great-grandkids. And let's not forget about maybe life itself. Stress can cause your body to pump out what they call is like more cortisol, which unfortunately leads to increased oil production in your skin. And yes, that oil can turn into these lovely little breakouts. If anyone, think about it, if anyone deserves to have clear skin after all these years, it's you and me. So don't feel bad. Your body's just, I guess you could say, being a little extra, you think you got this figured out, but let's throw a pimple party for you instead. can't believe I'm talking about this at 60 years old. What about a skincare routine? I'm sure that's important, and probably many of you do it, but now we know why it's happening. Let's talk about how, or the steps we can go to handle it. Before you start, raiding your skincare aisle at the store, stop for a second, and you need to sort of get back to the basics. Gentle cleansing is the key, folks. The last thing you want to do is scrub your skin raw and make it even more pissed off, upset, mad, I guess. That's important to do. And you don't want to give your skin a reason to act out more. And trust me, go for, like they say, a mild, non-stripping type of cleanser. Something that won't maybe dry you out, but still give you that nice, clean feeling. All right, what about some of the products? What are some of the best products that maybe you can do for pimples at 60 years old? Of course you can talk to your pharmacist, but you want to talk about something that actually works. Some people swear by something called salicylic acid. And now I know it sounds like something that should probably be in a chemistry lab, but they say it's a gentle exfoliant that helps break down the oils in the dead skin cells that clog your pores and cause these pimples. It can also help your skin from maybe turning into a war zone. And that's not something we want. But here's a little pro tip that I found. They say if you're looking for a good treatment, try to find something with that salicylic acid. I hope I said it right. But also be mindful that the rest of your skincare routine is important too. Keep it balanced, okay? You don't need like a 10-step plan or a routine. You just need some quality things. And remember that. And here in the West, we're in Carson City, Nevada today, and it's very dry. So hydration to me is a key. And even though maybe your skin might be oily and breaking out, it still really does need some hydration. It's thirsty. And when your skin is properly hydrated, it won't go to what they call a panic mode and start overproducing that oil. So a lightweight moisturizer, they say, with that hyaluronic acid, these words, is your friend. And hydrated skin equals less breakouts and smoother, I guess they say like a smoother, healthier look. I'm sure you've heard that before. And no, guys, at our age, this doesn't mean you can start drinking like 2 gallons of coffee and call it hydration. I think we've all done it, right? I know I have. And we're all guilty of that one for sure. And it just tastes good with coffee. So what about some lifestyle tips for clearer skin? Think about these, guys, as I start to unwind this video. Get into the lifestyle changes. You've probably heard me say in the past that a million times that stress really does affect your skin. And whether it's something like yoga or meditation, or maybe a nice long walk in the park, or I play the piano or listen to music, just find something to calm your nerves. And trust me, your skin will thank you. It really will. All right, guys. And if you need a good laugh, I guess you could say, watch a funny movie, or hey, get in a good laugh session with your friends. It's like free skincare, right? All right, when should I go see a dermatologist? So I just came from my annual checkup, have them check all the stuff, and here's the reality, guys. If your acne is persistent, maybe, and you've tried everything that I just talked about, and nothing seems to be working, it might be time to call in the professionals. Your dermatologist is like, I guess you could say, your skin's personal trainer. That's probably a good way to describe it. And they can help you get that skin back into shape and back on track. And I got a great guy, so I just go once a year to see him. And don't feel bad about going. I've been there too. Trust me, you don't have to figure it all out alone. Let the professionals do their part to assist you if you're at that point where you think you need it. All right, so there you have it. Acne at 60, yeah, big one there, and there's probably other ones, who knows. But you don't have to suffer from it in silence. With the right skincare, maybe with the right lifestyle changes, and maybe a little laughter, a little humor, you can totally handle it. After all, who says you can't rock your best skin no matter what your age? Think about that. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Again, I'm Mark from Hit the Mark Today. If you've ever had a surprise pimple in your 60s, drop me a comment below. Tell me what you did. I want to laugh. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on, how to age gracefully and maybe tackle life's little, what do you call it? I guess surprises. Like acne. With a smile. All right, my friends, take care of yourselves and your skin. Now go hit the mark too.